Back in 2014, Google along with Motorola collaborated to produce the Nexus 6, a huge 6-inch device with stock Android. Google wanted to make a phone that a lot of people was asking for. They wanted a big phone with stock Android, but it came at a price. What's up, YouTubers? This is Eric from Easy Computer Solutions, and this is my Throwback Thursday edition and revisited review of the 2014 Nexus 6. So get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? This is Eric again with another video. So Nexus fans, stand up! This device was one of my favorite phones back in 2014 with its large display, front-facing speakers, and speedy performance. So let's go over the specs of the Nexus 6. This phone is sporting a 5.96-inch QHD AMOLED display with a PPI of 493. Also, this device had a Snapdragon 805 processor with 3 gigs of RAM. This device was very promising. So let's go over the device again. On the right side, there's a power button and a volume up and down. At the top, there's a 3.5mm headphone jack with a single SIM, no SD card support on this device. And then on the left side, it's clean. At the bottom of the device, you have micro USB charging port. And on the back of the device, it houses a 13 megapixel camera, and in the front of the device, there's a 2 megapixel camera. Also, this device has a D-brand skin on it that looks very good. So let's go over the software performance of the Nexus 6. This device is rocking that Snapdragon 805 processor with stock Android updated to 2017 Android 7.0. And this device performs very well. No stuttering, no hiccups. Going through the UI is great. And I do like stock Android. This device has no overlays or bloatware to slow it down. And in the benchmark test, it's on par with 2014 devices with a score of 1045 single core and 2946 multi-core. So as far as performance, this device is good, and I really do like stock Android. So you know we got to talk about this huge display. The Nexus 6 has a 5.96-inch QHD display, which on paper sounds good, but the colors is a little bit off. The whites is a little muddy and other colors seems a little dull. Text is okay, but not the best. So even though this device has a 1440p screen, the color seems a little dull. It's not its best display. So you know we got to talk about the cameras on the Nexus 6. This device has a 13 megapixel rear and a 2 megapixel front facing camera. And as you know, up until the Nexus 6P and the Pixel, Nexus devices have very bad cameras. And the Nexus 6 is no exception. So let me show you this camera in action. Alright guys, so this is the Nexus 6 2017 revisited review, Throwback Thursday edition of this device. And we all know that the Nexus program, guys, didn't have good cameras, but hey, we've seen a slew of updates. And look at that, kind of give y'all guys some of this camera footage here. That's the Nexus 6 camera was not its best suit, but it was okay back in the day. And as you can tell, I'm looking at the viewfinder. You be the judge for yourself. It's a hot, sunny day right now. And I want y'all guys to see some of this. A little focusing problems. And as you know, that was one of the biggest issues with the Nexus, is that it had terrible focusing issues. So as you can see, it's apparent. Look at that. That's pretty bad there. But I like the stock Android experience. It's a pretty fast device, faster than some of the 2017 devices. But the camera experience is one to be desired for. As you can see that, yeah, I done lost complete focus here on this device. Let's kind of get a little closer here so y'all can see that. And as you could tell that the lighting is kind of going in and out, in and out. It has a real tough time kind of getting focused. And if you look at that, as I go up and down, you notice that the focusing and the lighting is going haywire. As you can see, the Nexus 6 camera is not its finest feature on this device. The photos on the Nexus 6 is okay, a little dull, and also when you're shooting a video, you do have that focusing issue, also with lighting issue. And again, this is not one of the finer features on the Nexus 6. Back in 2014, one of the more stunning things about the Nexus 6 was its price. At launch, this device was a whopping $649 for the 32 gig version and a whopping $699 for the 64 version. And it was mind-boggling for Google to move up in that price, knowing that we've been seeing a lot of stock Android Nexus devices with very low prices. And even today in 2017, I've seen the Nexus 6 at a mid $300 to $350 price point. I believe that the Nexus 6 was a device that changed the price point for all future stock Android devices. And again, not one of its finest features on the Nexus 6. Okay, so one of the best features of the Nexus 6 is its front-facing speakers, which is loud and clear. Let me let you listen to these speakers in action. All right, so I got the Nexus 6, and I want you guys to hear some non-copyrighted music on how good the front-facing speakers sound on this device. So let me let y'all guys hear this. I like the front-facing speakers on this device. Man, yes. Hear that? Wow. The front-facing speakers on the Nexus 6 is nice. Full sound, full bass, everything's good. I like that. You get nice highs, you get good bass, and the front-facing speakers is perfect on any mobile device. As you can hear, the Nexus 6 speakers are good. And I can tell you that's one of its final points of the Nexus 6 is its front-facing speakers, which is nice, really nice. So here's my conclusion. The Nexus 6 was a good device with some shortcomings. The good part of this device that it has a large screen, which is good for watching movies and videos. Also, one of the best part of the Nexus 6 is its front-facing speakers, which is nice and loud. The build quality and the performance is very good, but the downside of the Nexus 6 was its battery life, and the quality of the screen was pretty dull. The whites looked kind of brown, and also the extremely high price at launch. But overall, this phone was a good attempt with some bad execution. I hope you enjoyed this throwback video. This is Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. Please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the Nexus 6 in all its glory. See you guys on the next video. Peace.